Alright, y'all, I'm officially home, back from the EYEZ. Seeing all the controversy behind the battle between me and B-Boy Jr. I'm touch on 3 points. The battle's between me and Junior. Now, this is a Crump event. Crump has certain rules. Crump is a different style versus a B-Boy. This is not his style. This is not his atmosphere. This is not his way. It's not his rules. The battle is between two people. Battle goes down. In Crump, when the battle is at a high level, intensity is at a high level, tension, things happen like physical interaction during a round or in rounds during the whole battle. This is how Crumpers do things. You can't come into the Crump style and change how we do things. If it offends you, if you don't understand, this is when it's a need for conversation. If this kick injured Junior or made him feel like, yo, I really don't feel comfortable, our job is not to make you feel comfortable, but if it offends you, then it's a need for an apology, which I gave Junior 4 hours after the event when I got back to my hotel. Oh, Tight, you don't care. The battle is between me and him. This is Crump. This is not hip-hop. I am not hip-hop. Tight and Crump is not hip-hop. We don't have the same rules and regulations. If it offended the person that I was battling, then yes, that's a mistake. To bring him into that heavy of a Crump situation and him not understand. But you hear Junior on the footage say he respects it because he understands it's our culture. And afterwards, you see me and him talking and we shake hands. So I don't get the big deal of why people making a big fuss over it. Maybe they're just like, oh, you have no right to kick Junior. He's this, he's that. The battle's between me and Junior, Tight and Junior. And the only person that deserves an apology is Junior. I'm not thinking in the battle, oh, I'm going to disrespect Junior for all the times that hip-hop has disrespected Crump and me. No. And the handicap issue, I didn't even know this man was handicapped until the day before the battle. I'm like, dude, if he's dancing and going that hard with a problem like that, I need to start beasting up. I need to start going harder. I'm like, yo, he's truly a monster. He was okay after this thing. He was shocked, and I understand, because it's all of this Crump coming at him at one time. And dude, he responded like a Crumper. He's a beast. He responded. And it wasn't a whack response. So he has respect for me, and I'm sure all the Crumpers there was like, yo, he really behaved like a Crumper against all the Crump pressure and something that he might not even understand that's happening to him. So Junior was okay. I don't know why everybody else isn't okay, but maybe people are more sensitive. Crump is not hip hop. Crump is like more close to rock. We are like the heavy metal of dance. So your rules in hip hop can't exist in Crump. Just because you don't respect me or, oh, Tight, you're not a legend to me. I didn't ask your permission to dance. I didn't ask your permission to be Tight, and I never asked your permission to Crump. Crump will keep going. Crump will get bigger. Crump doesn't need hip-hop to survive. Crump doesn't need b-boying to survive. And neither does hip-hop or b-boying need Crump to survive. Crump did not come from you, but you can't control it. The guidelines are already set. Now, if you have a person who's battling that don't want to be touched, that needs to be talked about beforehand. But you can't come after the battle and be like, oh, this is not hip-hop. You damn right. It's not. I never told you. I told you that it wasn't hip-hop when I battled Cannon. When hip-hop has disrespected Crump on every single occasion, every time Crumpers show up to their events, Crumpers are disrespected. The style is disrespected. Do we ask for an apology? No, because we come from a more hostile environment than hip-hop. Like, the hate I'm receiving, it's the stuff I hear from Crumpers all day, every day. I can go on the Crumpers page and see some craziness about me every day. So your hate is kind of corny because I'm used to it. I stay in a country where racism is legal. Being black is a crime. Do you think that you're going to stop me from coming to a country when my skin color is a crime where I live at? When we were made fun of by Kefton and Nelson, I know people don't want to hear this because hip-hop don't like to hear about what they do. You call us apes. That's a racial slur. That's a racial thing. Did you see us crying afterwards? I asked for an apology, knowing that I stay in the area where racism is heavy. No, I come back and I get you 2 years later. I don't cry about it. I've received messages from b-boys and hip-hop dancers for the last 72 hours. Suck my dick, tight eyes. You're an ugly black bitch, tight eyes. You're a faggot, tight eyes. We're gonna kill you, tight eyes. Fuck your mother, fuck your family. Should I blame hip-hop for that? Should I blame b-boys for that? Or is that just the people? If I break somebody's face that says that, that's a b-boy, are you gonna apologize, b-boy world or hip-hop world, for these remarks? No, you're not. Because these people are not you. It's not the whole spectrum of hip-hop. It's not the whole movement. It's just ignorant people. The same way what Tight Eyes does, that's not what the movement does. I'm not God over this movement. I have my own crump, my own mind. I'm my own individual. Don't put what happened between me and Junior on the crump movement, because the crump movement didn't do it. A lot of crumpers don't even understand, don't even like what happened. Crumpers weren't on stage. They weren't even allowed on stage. So you can't put them at fault for something I do. Like, come on, I'm Tight Eyes, just me. I represent the movement, but when I'm battling as an individual, I am that individual. Is hip-hop going to apologize for disrespecting every crumper that came in through their doors if they not kissing ass? And those of you who are crumpers who think you have to kiss the hip-hop world's ass to be accepted, you need to grow some balls. I'm a game changer. I'm a difference maker. Everybody don't like it, so what? That's why I'm different. I take risk. I do things that I want to do. And it's good and it's bad. In this case with Junior, if I offended the man, I apologize. And this is my second time apologizing to this man. If he doesn't want to accept it, I move on. Crump is still going to be here. I'm still going to get off. I'm still going to crump. Regardless if you think I'm a legend or respect me or not, I don't lose sleep over less respect. Crumpers don't even respect me. And I'm still in it, you know? So I ask hip-hop, before you judge a style off of something that you consider a mistake from your culture, you're not looking at it from our culture, because you can see countless amounts of footage of people putting their hands on people all over the globe. So before you put your finger on it, oh, this is not hip-hop, it's not hip-hop, I told you that. Listen, go to the footage, study, understand. Look into what you're judging. Instead of throwing this, oh, look into it. You can't judge our culture by your standards, because we don't judge your culture by ours. But if you in a crump situation, at a crump event, you have to be ready for crump things to happen to you, because that's our rule. You can't come into our thing and change our rules. So if you, hip-hop dancer, want to come to a crump event, and if you b-boy, if you popper, understand what you're accepting. If you don't want this, you need to talk about the person you're battling beforehand. But you can't change crump according to hip-hop standards or b-boy standards. Oh, Tight Eyes, you were losing. You didn't know what else to do. When I'm winning battles, I get physical sometimes. When people are losing against me, they get physical. When people are winning rounds, they get physical. It's just a thing of a high, intense battle. I gain nothing from beating B-Boy Junior. B-Boy Junior don't gain nothing from beating me besides, oh yes, finally somebody took down Tight Eyes. Regardless of what you think, it's not about winning or losing versus a B-Boy. Because we don't have the same basics. We don't have the same style. It's about preference then. You know, if you like what the B-boy did, he's going to win. If you like what I did, crumper, I'm going to win. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get off to the best of my ability and get myself to a level where I'm satisfied when I look at myself. I took what Nelson and Kefton did, turned it into a battle 2 years later. When crumpers are going to events, we're being made fun of because of how we dance. And we have to play by hip-hop's rules, and they like it. It's cool. It's the culture. But now crump has a world. And if you want to come into this world, you're going to play by our rules. The mistake of putting him in a crump situation has caused a ripple effect of just out-of-line craziness. You can't stop crump from growing. And if I die, when I die, it's still going to be crumpers. And you didn't make me, and you can't take anything I've done away because I kicked a b-boy in a battle, a crump battle that we always touch each other in when it gets heavy and tense. You guys gotta grow up and see the error in you and the times that you disrespected. Junior has all my respect because he answered like a crumper. And there's nothing else to say. If he respects the culture, what are you doing? So I made my IG private because, you know, my family don't want to read. Tie-dye suck my dick. Because if it was you in front of me, I'd break your fucking face for saying that. But I'm not going to be in front of you because you're not about that. So internet talk, this is all internet talk. And those of you who are crumpers, who are taking this situation to kiss hip-hop's ass, you need to go be a hip-hop dancer or a b-boy. Because if you think that they're going to give you anything, or, you know, workshops or exposure, you need to grow some balls. And I know half of the crump movement is jealous of a person that's up, so they wait to see and they wait to pull people down. This is my life. This is what I do. People have been waiting to see me fall since I got tight. They can't stand it. People can't stand it. But these are bitch people, and I understand it, and I know how to deal with them. And this is why I am the way I am in crump. So if you're telling me that a hip-hop dancer can change what crump is, you need to check yourself. B-boying can't change what crump is. So all of you hip-hop leaders that inbox me, now turn around and talk to your movement and find the error in your movement. Yes, crump is young, and I am young in the dance world. I'm an old head in crump, so I am willing to accept when a mistake has been made. It's not a mistake as far as crump, but putting a b-boy in that type of crump situation, that's where the fault is. And if Junior can accept it, everybody needs to accept it and just let it go. You don't have to like it, but you just need to let it go. All right?